Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors. But first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade have officially entered one of the most dramatic moments of their season, and fans everywhere are calling this the true final minute for the franchise to make something big happen. In the last few hours, the Warriors front office has taken action that nobody expected to come this quickly, and insiders around the league are confirming that the organization is no longer willing to sit back and hope things magically fix themselves. The sense inside the Warriors facility is intense, urgent, and honestly very emotional because everyone knows that Stephen Curry's championship window isn't something you gamble with, and whatever Golden State just initiated is a direct attempt to protect the final years of his prime. Multiple sources are reporting that the Warriors have been quietly working behind the scenes on a roster shift for several days. But today was the moment where those talks turned from simple discussions into actual movement. People inside the rooms said the tone completely changed. Instead of exploring options, their Warriors began executing them. And as soon as that news leaked, the entire NBA world exploded with questions about what exactly Golden State is doing and whether this could be the start of a major transformation for the franchise. Fans right now are refreshing their phones, waiting for every single update. And it genuinely feels like the Warriors are standing right on the edge of something big, something that could either revive their dynasty or officially mark the end of it. And Steve Kerr took place focused entirely on identifying which weaknesses have been hurting the team the most and which players might be moved if the right opportunity arises. What made this more interesting is that this wasn't just a normal check-in meeting. There was real pressure in the air because ownership, coaching and the front office have all started feeling the heat from not just fans but from inside the locker room as well. The biggest piece of information coming out right now is that the Warriors have been officially making calls to multiple teams about potential trades involving both young assets and role players who haven't been fitting well this season. While names haven't been confirmed yet, insiders are strongly hinting that players who were previously considered untouchable are now on the table if the return helps Curry win. Now, that alone shows how serious the Warriors are. They don't want to repeat last season's collapse. They don't want another year of wasted opportunity. And they don't want Stephen Curry carrying an unrealistic load without the proper support around him. The message from the front office is clear. If the current roster can't get the job done, it will not remain as it is. This shift in mindset has already created massive buzz around the league because teams that were hesitant to deal with Golden State before are now suddenly interested knowing the Warriors are finally open to making meaningful moves. Something else that shocked fans is that the Warriors coaching staff has begun evaluating lineup combinations that were previously avoided. There's talk that Steve Kerr may finally adjust the minutes of certain players who have been struggling defensively, and there is even speculation about new closing lineups being tested. The staff understands that fan frustration is real, especially when watching the team blow leads or collapse in the fourth quarter. Every mistake feels heavier now. Every possession feels like it matters more. And when insiders say final minute, they aren't exaggerating. This is the stretch where the Warriors either save their season or watch it slip away completely. The coaches are reportedly pushing players harder in practice, demanding more defensive commitment, more focus, and more intensity. One source even said players were told directly, the way things have been isn't acceptable anymore. Another part of this breaking update centers around Stephen Curry himself. People close to Curry say he's still fully committed, still fully locked in, but he has been extremely honest with the organization about the urgency of the situation. Curry knows his legacy is secure, but his desire to compete at the highest level hasn't faded at all. He wants to win. He wants another ring and he wants a team around him that can fight with him possession after possession. Their Warriors' actions today clearly reflect that they are responding to Curry's competitiveness. No one wants to look back and say they wasted his final prime years. And that's why the Warriors taking decisive action right now has created so much excitement and anxiety among fans, because everyone knows these types of moments can change everything. League analysts are already pointing out that Golden State still has valuable assets if they choose to make a move. Jonathan Kuminga has breakout potential. Brandon Podziemski is a rising playmaker, and Moses Moody remains a solid developing player. Their Warriors also have future draft picks that other teams want. Combining those assets could bring in a legitimate impact player, perhaps a strong defender, a second scoring option, or a consistent wing who fits perfectly next to Curry and Draymond. What makes this moment so fascinating is that Golden State doesn't need to blow up the team. They just need the right adjustments. And now that the front office is finally showing action instead of hesitation, fans believe that something real is about to happen. Meanwhile, the atmosphere inside the Warriors locker room has reportedly taken a serious tone. Players are aware that change might be coming. Some are fighting harder in practice. Some are trying to prove their worth, and others are quietly preparing for the possibility that they might be moved. This is the nature of the NBA. When a team is under pressure, roles shift, conversations change, and the energy becomes more intense. For the Warriors, this might actually be exactly what they need. On top of all this, their Warriors have reportedly ramped up their scouting of potential trade targets. Scouts have been attending multiple games in the last week, watching specific players closely, evaluating fit and impact. This level of activity doesn't happen unless a team is serious about reshaping the roster. Their Warriors are clearly trying to identify someone who can immediately strengthen the team. Not a long-term project, not a player who needs time to develop, but someone who can come in right away and help the Warriors win tough games. This kind of aggressive approach is exactly what fans have been begging for. What's even more dramatic is that rival teams are now keeping a very close eye on Golden State, because they know that when the Warriors make a move, it often shakes the entire league. And depending on what they decide, the Western Conference landscape could shift overnight. Every season has its breaking point, the moment where a franchise chooses between trying to survive or choosing to fight. Today's news makes it clear that the Warriors have chosen to fight. They are not giving up. They are not accepting mediocrity. And they are not willing to let this season slip away without doing everything they can to fix it. So right now, Warriors fans all over the world are waiting, watching, refreshing, and hoping that this final minute action leads to something big. Whether it becomes a major trade, a rotation shift, or a new closing lineup, one thing is certain. Their Warriors have officially taken the first step. They have moved from waiting to acting. And this could be the moment that defines the rest of their season. Stay tuned, because things are moving faster than anyone expected. And if Golden State pulls off the right movie, we might be looking at a completely different Warriors team by the time the dust settles.